Well, bowling fans are back again. Castle Lanes and Racine is the site. The first annual Kids Bowling for Kids. Couldn't have done it without Steve Sparky Pfeiffer from WSSP putting it all together in the Spare Time Bowling Show. Sparky, you came down today to check out all the bowling action. Pretty exciting. A lot of good bowlers making this top four.
No question. I think it's some of the bowlers that you're going to see in the state of Wisconsin. A lot of kids that you probably saw at state tournament are here bowling for up to $4,500 in scholarship money. Couldn't have done that without Steelwind Industries pointing up the scholarship money. And a lot of great other sponsors, Bank Mutual, Boucher Automotive, Antiques on Second, all make this possible. And, of course, all the different qualifying events that we had. Classic Lanes in Greenfield, Badger Bowl in Madison did a great job. In Waterford, we were bowling in Waterford as well. And now here, as well at Castle Lanes and Racine for the TV final. So my thanks to everybody for making this possible. And, of course, Sports Radio 1250, KISS FM in the mix for helping to promote it too.
And as you said, without the help of Steelwind Industries, you couldn't have pulled off the biggest one-day scholarship prize in bowling in Wisconsin. Some lucky boy or girl today is walking out of here with $2,000 in scholarship money.
Yeah, it is a phenomenal deal. We didn't know how we were going to come up with the scholarship money. We really didn't. And Steelwind Industries says, how much do you need? We're in, whatever you want. So it's $1,000 to the girls winner that you're going to see, $1,000 to the boys winner that you're going to see, and then the winner of each of those are going to bowl each other for another $1,000 in scholarship money. A very cool deal. If you weren't involved in it this year and you're watching this right now on Time Warner 32, Time Warner Sports Channel, you have to be in it again next year because we're going to be back and better than ever next year.
We're going to come back with some great bowling. We're going to come back with that boys final first, follow it with the girls final, and then that $1,000 Steelwind Challenge match. So some lucky boy or girl gets that $2,000 total scholarship. Sparky, I, and Dwight Ulrich will all be back in just a couple of moments. Make sure you stay tuned.
Looking for large capacity metal fabrication and heat treating services? Start with Steelwind. From raw processing to complete products, Steelwind Industries in Oak Creek has the facilities and capabilities to meet all your metal fabrication needs. Whether you're looking for heat treating, hardening, quenching, heavy fabrication, abrasive sandblasting, industrial painting services, or transportation, build, lift, and machining services, Steelwind does it all under the same roof. Give us a call or visit our website at steelwindindustries.com.
Bank Mutual is here to help guide you through today's troubled financial waters.
Which means our banking pros wear many hats.
We make it our business to know the needs of your business and to give you personalized answers to your personal banking questions. It's a goat. So give Bank Mutual a call. We'll keep you headed in the right direction. Bank Mutual, the bank you can really use.
Back here at Castle Lanes in Racine as we get ready for the Steelwind Industries Kids Bowling for Kids tournament. The guy sitting next to me is one of the guys that makes this all possible, Jason Geiger from Steelwind Industries. A little quick backstory on Steelwind Industries. We got to know you guys through our toy drive that we do for Children's Hospital every year. You guys showed up and got like 12 containers full, shopping carts full of toys, and walked out and said, here you go, this is for Children's Hospital. You guys clearly care about the kids, and again this year we're doing this bowling tournament for Children's Hospital, the Max McGee Foundation for Juvenile Diabetes Research. What's your connection to you guys and Children's Hospital?
Sure, we just saw that it was a good opportunity to get involved, and it's a great cause. It feels a way we can locally give back, to the community. It goes to Wisconsin Children's Hospital, which we really like and appreciate. I have children, and a lot of other people that work for us too as well. So we just thought it's really important to be involved with that.
Tell people about Steelwind Industries and what you guys are all about.
Sure, we're really an industry leader in heat treating, blasting, painting, heavy fabricating. We did a lot of roof work on the Miller Park roof, a lot of mining equipment, heavy stuff. So.
Talk a little bit about where you guys are located and what else you guys do in the community.
Sure, we're located in Oak Creek Industrial Park. We really like to get involved in anything local in the community, things with Children's Hospital, things that are towards the state of Wisconsin. That's really important. It's not just to be involved in big charities, but something that actually we can see where our funds go, that it's making a difference.
Talking with Jason Geiger here of Steelwind Industries. When we came to you, we approached you, said we wanted to do a high school bowling tournament. Obviously, high school bowling doesn't perk up a lot of people's ears, but obviously it perked up your ears. Now you're out here getting a chance to see the whole TV production that the great Phil does and puts on here. Well, your impressions of what you're seeing?
Sure, it's great. We thought it was a unique opportunity, something different, and again, very privileged to be a part of it. So.
He is Jason Geiger. Again, Steelwind Industries making this all possible, giving us all the scholarship money needed. $4,500 in scholarship money, all brought to you by Steelwind Industries. And again, not possible without Phil Brilo and his great production crew as well. Here at Castle Lanes in Racine. We'll be back after this.
After 3 elimination rounds, our boys field of 24 finalists was down to its final 3. Adam Richa, Kyle Zagar, and Alex Fisher. Alex Fisher had no problems at the start, getting out with an early 5-bagger and locking up his spot in the boys' championship round. Adam Richa struggled with carry early on, but kept the ball in play. And finally found a way to start carrying strikes towards the end of his match. Kyle Zagar also struggled with carry early on. But Zagar found a way to strike to keep himself close going into the 10th frame. Adam Richa needed a mark and good count in the 10th frame to advance to the championship match, and used an unconventional method to make the 2-4-8 to make his way into the championship final against Alex Fisher. After the match, Dwight Albrecht had a chance to talk to third place finisher Kyle Zagar.
So Kyle, you didn't have the outcome that you wanted. You were on 3 and 4. You hit it during qualifying. You only shot 160 on that pair during qualifying. When you were warming up on that pair, I really honestly thought that it was going to be advantage lefty because of the breakdown on the right-hand side, but it didn't work out that way for you.
Yeah, I was just throwing it. I thought I was throwing it good all day, but maybe it was just because of my concentration that threw me off, that I had a couple bad games on that pair. That's all I really think I did, was just not concentrate enough.
Okay, so obviously it's a very dark center in here. Now you have the lights on for the mini eliminator. Did that create any problems for you with the glare?
No, I act like there's nothing around me. I just tried focusing on my game, but once again I wasn't concentrating, so I couldn't really do what I had to do.
Yeah, and obviously you start off the first frame missing that 7-pin. That kind of dug you a hole, and then obviously a few costly splits or opens.
Frustrating, yeah.
Correct. Well, thank you for coming out to the tournament, and hoping to see you next year.
Yep, you will.
We'll be back with a Kids Bowling for Kids Boys Championship match in just a moment. Well, we're back for the boys' final here at Castle Lanes and Racine for the 2014 Kids Bowling for Kids. With me, Dwight Albrecht, Spirit Time Pro Shop in New Berlin. One of these two bowlers in the finals here, Dwight, you're very familiar with Adam Richa.
Yeah, Adam came to us a couple of years ago. He also works at New Berlin Bowl, where our pro shop is. And he didn't have a very good fit when he came into the shop. We corrected a lot of things on his fit, and now look at what he's done the last couple of years. He did very well in the Junior Hall of Fame tournament at Bolero, winning that, I believe, a year ago. So since we got his fit corrected, and he obviously has worked on his game. He's bowling in the Travel League on Mondays that Joe Serrar puts on and Kevin Frew puts on, and I got to believe that has also helped him with his bowling ability when he gets into tough conditions like this.
And now we got a classic righty-lefty battle. I got to take the left side today. I got Alex Fisher on that left side, and I'll tell you what, very hot towards the end of qualifying, and he finished up the last game, that big roll-off, started with the front six, and unfortunately for Adam, I got to take Alex as my pick right now. I don't know about you.
Well, again, it comes to that lefty-righty thing that we talk about all the time on the radio show, Phil. And, which one's got the better look? Right now, you would have to say lefty advantage, yes, because there's less lineage on that side. I think Adam's going to need a big game to beat Alex. He looks pretty good.
Who's taking home that $1,000 first place for the boys division? We're going to find out. We're going to take a short break and come back with that boys final for the 2014 Kids Bowling for Kids. Opening match of the Steelwind Kids Bowling for Kids Tournament Finals. The boys championship here. Adam Richa versus Alex Fisher, and the bearded wonder, as I like to call him. Adam starting us off here at Castle Lanes on the left lane, Dwight.
The Grizzly Adams of bowling, Phil.
He grows a better beard than I ever could, and he's only 17 or 18 years old. He's had that beard for quite a while.
Well, Adam is a great young man. He works here at New Berlin, Phil, so I'm a little biased here in who I'm cheering for. And he came to me a couple years ago when I first started here with not too great of a fit, and it showed in his physical game. And what this young man has done in a couple years with his physical game is truly something special. And now look at it, he's in a final, bowling for some really nice money here, Phil.
First place in this match, $1,000 scholarship courtesy of Steelwind Industries. Second place still takes home a very respectable $500 scholarship, so a good chunk of change on the line here on TV today. $4,000 in scholarship money just on TV alone, thanks to Steelwind Industries, so I want to thank them for that. Now we got Alex Fisher, lefty on the telecast, leading things off on lane 6 here, and can't get the 8 out, but he turned the label on that one, Dwight.
Yes, effortless turn at the bottom of the release, Phil. First time I got a chance to watch him bowl during the qualifying. Reminds me of John Gant from the Pro Tour. John Gant, kind of same type of build as Alex. That effortless turn at the bottom of the swing, that was the days of urethane with John Gant, but it's that same similar type of form. I believe he bowls for, is it high school Menominee Falls?
Sussex Hamilton.
Sussex Hamilton
Bowls for. So, and actually,
Jeff Erner's.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, Alex is pretty familiar with this pair because when Sussex Hamilton won the Midwinter High School Classic presented by Eileen's Bowling Buddy, they bowled on this pair here. A little different lane pattern though today. We've got a lane pattern out there very challenging for the bowlers.
Yes.
Relatively flat, even tougher than Pro Tour standards. So it's going to take some quality shot making and spare making to win that scholarship money today, Dwight.
And I saw that during the match play part and the qualifying part, Phil. Especially out of Adam, if he missed a board or two left, it was high, and if he missed a board or two right, it was light. So an extremely demanding condition. Almost reminded me of what I ran into personally when bowling up at Willow Creek.
So that pattern's 41 feet in length, and fresh oil for the TV pair, so these bowlers are getting used to where they started earlier today in this tournament before we had all the elimination rounds. And Adam just can't quite get that one to roll up, so the other baby split for him, the 2-7 this time.
Yeah, before the match I talked to him, he was a little bit unsure of which ball he was going to go with. He's actually using one ball in one lane and one ball in the other. At least on that shot he was using his uproar. And now switched to his hypercell for the spare and a great cover.
Yeah, nicely done, hooked into both pins. Get the spare out of there, 2 into the 7.
I think when you're in this tough of a lane condition, Phil, especially with the right side having a ready lineage on it, that's where it's kind of advantage Alex, because he kind of controls his own ball reaction, where Adam has got to also take in consideration of all the lineage that's been on the pair of lanes. So I think what he's just mainly trying to do is get the best look possible.
Yeah, you see he's playing a relatively tight line there, and once again, switch that other ball, but he still needs to find a way to get into the placket flush, leaving a not so easy spare with the 2-8.
Right, and exactly just what you're talking about. When you have a one-on-one match, the key is you want to start off fast, and this unfortunately is not a fast start for Adam. And then he leaves a very, very tough spare here, the Ray Road 2-8, and it can easily be chopped.
One needs a little help to stay to the right side there, and yeah, unfortunately with not that crown of oil in the middle you'll see on your league shots, no way that ball was going to stay to the right of that 2-pin, and now a big early opening for Adam, 24 pins down, and Alex Fisher can expand it to 34 here if he can find himself a double.
Yeah, he dug himself an early hole, and again, you hit it right on the head. When you go cross alley at that spare, that's why you see the pros take the hard plastic ball, Phil, and throw it as fast and as straight as possible, trying to eliminate any chance for the ball to hook.
And you can see right there, Alex not happy with that shot. As soon as it was out of his hand, he knew that ball was right, and it was not going to hold. We saw that all day today with the bowlers. There was no extra hold room. As you see on some of these sport patterns, sometimes it's a little easy to get a little hold built towards the middle of the lane. Not today.
You always think of Castle Lanes, and they do a wonderful job promoting their league bowlers for shooting their honor scores throughout the week, especially like on Facebook or the social medias that are out there. It's not that case here today, obviously, with the lane conditions. So it just shows you it might be a very easy to carry house for a league shot, but you get a tough pattern out there, and it plays just as tough as any center in town.
Yeah, and Phil Onko, Patty Onko, the proprietors here at Castle Lanes, they know what the bowlers want, and they knew for this tournament we needed a tough lane condition to get all the scholarship money decided. Phil didn't bat an eye and said, "What did you need?" and got it out there for us.
Right, but if you ask the kids, I'll tell you right now, they'd rather have this than, let's say, a 240, 250 shootout where it becomes a pin carry issue. They want to be able to make good scores, and even though the scoring was a little low, there wasn't one of them that complained about the shot.
No, not at all. When you're getting out of the elimination single game rounds before we got to the TV finals with 180s and 190s, you knew you had to make good shots to stay in there
and make spares.
Oh, and this is a tough spare right here. You got that sleeper pin behind the 247. I'd say it's a 50-50 shot for him here on that, and just got that 2-pin out of there.
That's going to be one of the two ways of making it. Either you're going to hit it almost extremely light to where you almost leave the 2-pin like he did there, or you make it actually flush, or you could actually make it hitting the 2 into the cluster of the other 3 pins.
Yeah, if you probably hit that 2-pin a little heavier, the ball probably would have deflected and missed the 8-pin on that. So,
ball change for Adam on this lane. Did not like the look with the uproar. Gone to the hypercell.
So you can gets himself that nice slide at the line. Well balanced that time and gets those 10 pins into the pit.
More smoother of a motion where the uproar is a little bit more jumpier off the dry. So he's now switching gears here, trying to go for that more smoother look.
No, and that's the key on these tougher conditions. You saw it a lot of times today with these kids out here. They weren't looking for the hockey stick reactions with their bowling balls on the lanes. It was a very gradual, very slow motion, hooking motion towards the pocket, but with the strong roll that these bowlers develop, no problem getting 10 pins down when they did get to the pocket.
Yeah, this would be a big double for Adam early, getting it back in the match. And there's your justice, Phil.
Huge break getting into the commercial break for a boys championship here from Castle Lanes and Racine. Join Dwight and I back from Castle Lanes in just a moment for the rest of this boys championship, the Steelwind Kids Bowling for Kids tournament. I have a lot of viewers that ask me, why do you have so many of your tournaments at Castle Lanes? Well, Castle Lanes is a center that has an exceptional atmosphere. The charm of being in the Northwoods cabin while you bowl, an attentive staff on the lanes and in the lounge, all the big screen TVs and a free Wi-Fi hotspot, and being named in Bowler's Journal as one of the 95 places to bowl before you die, you have to bowl at Castle Lanes. That's why we love Castle Lanes, and you will too. Well, as you can see there on the sign, as our friend Sparky liked to say on the Spare Time Radio Show, the first annual Kids Bowling for Kids tournament, not the inaugural, first annual. So I want to thank Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, everybody at WSSP, WMYX for all the support with this tournament, and KISS FM for getting this off the ground. And Alex Fisher looking to expand on that 20-pin lead he has right now.
Beautiful shot. Absolutely beautiful. Again, great form, great tempo. Comes up a little bit out of it at the finish, but that's where he generates his power. It could create some inaccuracy issues, and again, it's always in bowling a balance between rotation and control. You still need to know where it's going.
Yeah. Alex, works up at Classic Lanes Menominee Falls when he's not bowling league there or bowling league at Sussex Bowl.
Actually, does a lot of practice in there.
I'm sure he does. Gerer, the proprietor up at Classic Lanes in Menominee Falls, and a great junior program they have with Neil Wikoyak as the head coach. And getting half, at least he did it on a strike, so he's not going to lose any count here if he can get 3 or 4 out of this. But, yeah, he was really looking for that double, get a 30-pin lead out there, and now, yeah, don't want to lose pins.
Instantly puts Adam right back into the match, Phil. Very tough conversion rate here. You'd have to put it at like 100 to 1 or if not higher.
Yeah, you get a little advantage if you can slap that 4 off the 8, but now 2 pins missing there. When you miss the 4 and the 8, that's 4 pins a count, and you hope that doesn't come back and bite him at the end of the match, because now from being 20 pins up before the commercial break, he's 8 pins behind.
Yeah, if he even spares there, Phil, he lost 22 pins in that frame. Correct.
Lots of sticks gone away.
Adam's got to be drilling in his mouth at this time. And again, we see this all the time on the Pro Tour. At this point, your opponent, if you're on the Pro Tour, typically this is strike, and Adam comes through with a strike also.
Yeah, a little high flush, almost a little 7-9 there. Those seem to creep out the last 2 pins there. Big 3-bagger, 18-pin lead, and yeah, that 7-9 was out last, no doubt about that. Watch Adam's reaction. He's want to let his emotion show a little bit when he's bowling.
He's a mini-me.
Yeah, I've seen him bowl. He's been bowling this year on Mondays in Joe Sorar's Flat Earth League. It's a traveling league that goes around the city, and singles league, so youth bowlers such as Adam can bowl and take their prize money as scholarship funds.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so that works so nice, and we bowl on tougher conditions. I've subbed a few times in that league, bowling next to Adam, and you've seen the improvement through the year. He's not scared of these tough patterns. You can tell with shots like that, he's keeping the ball in play now.
Yeah, absolutely, grinding it out. And he knows that this shot is a grind-out shot. And he does a nice job of merging up the power and the control. Alex, we're going to label, obviously, as a very rev-dominant player, probably in the mid-4s to high 4 rev rate, where we would categorize Adam as that classic tweener.
Yep. Well, Adam and Alex both have Youth Challenge Series titles under their belts, and they're both doubles titles. So Alex won a couple of years ago down here with Sam Figurino in a adult youth doubles event, and then he also won this past year with his doubles partner Litha Fataphone at Motion Plus Lanes in a mixed doubles event.
Okay.
Adam won his doubles title with Sean Wachner, the head coach from UW Whitewater, at our opening event this past season at Classic Lanes in Greenfield. So both these bowlers looking for their first singles titles on TV.
There's your power right there, Phil. Look at that head pin just rip across the rack.
Yeah, and he just acts like, ho-hum, I've done this before, not a big deal. I've sent head pins back across to the 7-pin at Mach 6 plenty of times in my career.
Yes, he was pretty low-key when we had him on the radio. I know Sparky was even calling him the M&M of bowling. So you'd have to be in the studio to obviously see why.
Yeah, lots of bowlers using those sleeves on their bowling arms, and how about that head pin doing some work on the 7?
Again, like Randy Peterson says, it's great when the messenger comes calling.
That's more of a chainsaw right there. That's just coming across and cutting that lumber down.
Wham.
No doubt about that.
There's why we put revolutions and turn on the bowling ball right there.
Well, and now that count that Alex had on that Greek church conversion where he only got the single pin, he'd have the lead right now over Adam, and unfortunately right now Adam's still holding on to that lead.
Oh, this is still definitely a match.
Good shot. Oh, that 2-pin tried to get the job done on the 4.
Again, last time the 4 fell backwards. It was a flush high strike. This time it didn't go. Still pretty good throw. Keep it in play. Spare shooting very important.
Switches to that polyester ball. You see Adam usually doesn't take a lot of time on his spares. I know he said in the past sometimes he'd overthink things. And but it's a fine line, balance-wise, between getting set for your shot and just rushing through it and going through the motions. So
for me, I take more time on my spare shot than I do my first ball. I know the importance of it, number 1, and then number 2, I just want to clear my mind of what I have to do when I'm throwing it.
Once again, all that high-five gear, the shirt and the power sleeve that Adam has on, and another 4-pin. So you can see with this pattern, we're starting to see changes out there already, because I thought both those balls were very good out of his hand.
Very good, and Phil, that could have been a 5-bagger. And he would have had a demanding lead. Now it's still very, very close.
It's the line. Oh, and that was just way rushed and way left. And that's
just what we were talking about.
Yeah, that's the tide turner right there. Because Alex Fisher just takes the lead sitting on the bench, and it could be lockout time here with a double for Alex if he can strike in the 9th and strike in the 10th.
He picked up that spare ball, wham, just got up on the approach. didn't take enough time, and just what we were talking about, and look what happened.
Yeah, I mean, he was walking away from that spare before the ball was 3/4 of the way down.
Yeah. If anything, it looked like he actually got a little fast with his feet. Kind of ran up there.
And how about that? That 5-pin just took out the entire right side of the rack.
It's a seesaw match, Phil. Back and forth, back and forth.
So I want to thank our other sponsors for the Steelwind Kids Bowling for Kids event today. Other major sponsors, Bank Mutual and Boucher, as you can see above the lanes there on that close-up for our pin cam. And Alex, a little more motion than we've seen on past shots.
Yeah, showing a little motion there. But again, both of the players this game, when they had opens, the other opponent jumped all over the opponent. And that's what you need to do in this one-game match when it's that close.
A mark here locks it up. We get the $1,000 into Alex's pocket, but we've seen it before. Making those corner pins isn't always easy for the win, and this is basically could be a $500 7-pin for him right here for that scholarship money.
Under that pressure, Phil, that was a great throw.
Absolutely.
And that 4 just whistled up and over the 7.
So
spare wins.
Keeps it on his hand nicely. Well done. Yeah, any good count here gets him into the 190s. Yeah, basically right now he just needs a 6 count. Most Adam can have is 192, so a 6 count here for Alex. Moves him on to the Steelwind Challenge final against the girls winner.
Yeah, for Adam it's going to be one of those matches, what if? You know, I mean, take back that 4-pin or carries both of the 4 pins, but what would it have been in the 10th if you would have made that, or 9th frame if you would have made that 4-pin? Yeah. How close of a match it could have been.
Yeah, I mean, right now, if he makes that, he could have struck out.
Double to win.
And won, correct? So, but nonetheless, $500 scholarship for Adam's efforts here today. Not a bad thing at all. Now just kind of getting out of the way, and yeah, he'll take it right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's going to be kicking. You can see he's shaking his head. He's going to kick himself off till kick himself in the backside till he gets off the lanes and gets himself a little more composed. But it's the most money that either of these young men have bowled one match for in their short careers. You can't beat yourself up too bad.
Right. It also just showed you that he cut that ball a little short. Did it again on this one, and you can see how little fallback or hold area there is. So again, not much room out there, and he's probably is going to get a little bit more transition than Alex. Going into the match, I had Alex as the favorite, just because of the breakdown that Adam would have on his side.
Well, we've got the boys' championship here in the books for the Steelwind Kids Bowling for Kids first annual event. Alex Fisher advancing with that $1,000 scholarship, could pick up another $1,000 in the Steelwind Challenge match against the girls winner. We'll find out who that girls winner is going to be in just a few minutes. Make sure you stay tuned. Eileen's Bowling Buddy, used by high school and college coaches and members of the PBA Tour to train, warm up, and rehab. Get all the information at eileensbowlingbuddy.com. Barbiere's Italian Inn, featured in onmilwaukee.com's In Search of the Perfect Pizza in January 2013. Near Miller Park on Blue Mountain Road and on Milwaukee Avenue in South Milwaukee.
Are your wood floors giving you nightmares? The Sandman can help you sleep easier by replacing, repairing, or updating the look of your wood floors. See examples of our work at sandmanforlife.com.
Okay, we're here with Adam Richa, and Adam gave a very hard-fought battle against Alex Fisher. Came up a little short. Alex struck in the 8th and 9th frame to kind of set up a little bit of an easy win for the 10th for him, where you missed that 4-pin in the 10th. How big was that?
The 4-pin was big. I should have struck the 4 last frames, but there's just no pin carry that I got in there, and I screwed it up for myself.
Yeah, breaks didn't go your way. Something just extremely big-hearted, which we just found out about. You're going to be donating your $500 to the Kids Bowling for Kids Foundation, and we just found out from Jason from Steelwind Industries that he's going to match that $500. Just a wonderful gesture on your part.
Yes, it is.
Well, boys finals in the book here for the 2014 Kids Bowling for Kids. Jason Geiger from Steelwind here. And Jason, how about these young men tossing pins around, not like they're steel, but like they're balsa wood?
Yep, absolutely. Very, very good match. Very close match.
And thanks to you and Steelwind Industries, Alex Fisher already won the $1,000 check here, Alex. So you got that ready to go for you for scholarship money. But another $1,000 on the line. You're going to wait for the girls winner to come out here, take on for another $1,000. Any changes you might make while watching the girls, or you got any different game plan in mind?
No, I think I'm going to keep it all the same. I might try a different ball, but it'll probably be the same everything.
Well, you'll get a little practice after the girls are done, and we've got that match coming up. Dwight Albrecht and I will be back to give you a little introduction on the girls bowling in just a moment, so make sure you stay tuned.
Stay where champions stay, the Sheraton Milwaukee Brookfield Hotel. Call 262-364-1100 to get the special state tournament rate of $77 per night. After 3 elimination rounds, our 17 girls finalists were down to the final 3 bowlers: Alexa Follebeck, Savannah Gerer, and Cassie Hampshire. Alexa Follebeck struck on 2 of her first 3 shots to get out to an early lead and carried that lead all the way through the semifinals. When Alexa wasn't carrying those strikes, she had no problem covering up the single pins she left behind. Savannah Gerer kept the ball in play, using both sides of the pocket early on. Savannah did have a little trouble carrying sometimes in the 1-3 pocket, but she had no problem covering up those 10 pins. Cassie Hampshire found the pocket early, but had a little problem carrying. Then Cassie ran into some control issues late in the match. Those control issues cost her any chance of advancing into the girls' championship and left Cassie in 3rd place. After the semifinal match, Dwight Albrecht had a chance to talk to her 3rd place finisher, Cassie Hampshire.
So we're here with Cassie. Cassie, you were on lane 7 and 8, and that was the pair that we had for the mini eliminator, but you did not hit that pair during qualifying. Was it the TV lights, or was it just that you didn't get good ball reaction to get the outcome that you had?
I just could not find the spot, the spot on the lane at all to get that strike. I couldn't find it, and I was pulling the ball. I was just all over the place. I just couldn't get a strike.
Were you playing the same part of the lane or the same line that you were playing during qualifying on that pair?
Yes, I was trying to hit straight up about 2nd arrow, but the oil pattern's different than what I'm used to, and I didn't work with it enough. And with the lane, with us keep bowling on the lanes and continuing, the oil broke down, and I just could not get used to it and find a mark. So.
Well, I still think it's great that obviously you made it this far, and we hope to see you next year in the tournament.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll be back with our girls' championship for the 2014 Kids Bowling for Kids between Alexa Follebeck and Savannah Gerer in just a moment from Castle Lanes in Racine.
Looking for large capacity metal fabrication and heat treating services? Start with Steelwind. From raw processing to complete products, Steelwind Industries in Oak Creek has the facilities and capabilities to meet all your metal fabrication needs. Whether you're looking for heat treating, hardening, quenching, heavy fabrication, abrasive sandblasting, industrial painting services, or transportation, build, lift, and machining services, Steelwind does it all under the same roof. Give us a call or visit our website at steelwindindustries.com.
Well, Dwight, we got the boys finals in the books here for the 2014 Kids Bowling for Kids. Now we got the girls finals and a couple teammates bailing out. We got Alexa Followback and we've got Savannah Gerer, teammates on the Indian Trail team that we saw beat your favorite team and now state champions, West Dallas Central. So we know these two ladies coming out in this match got to be pretty solid bowlers.
Absolutely, Phil. Very well coached. Now you know why they are where they are. Different styles, though, from one to the other. One a little bit more up the back, down and in. The other one a little bit more of a spinner. Circles the ball a little bit more. But both of them playing the same line, so this should be a pretty close match here.
No doubt about that. Another $1,000 on the line thanks to Steelwind Industries to the winner. Loser of this match still takes home a $500 scholarship as well. So thanks to them once again for that $4,500 in guaranteed scholarship money. And we're going to come back. We're going to let the ladies finish up with practice. Dwight and I will be back with the commentary for the girls' final for the 2014 Kids Bowling for Kids in just a moment.
Well, big hug between teammates now. Last time we saw Alexa Followback and Savannah Gerer on TV together. They were bowling for Indian Trail in the Midwinter Classic here at Castle Lanes, defeating West Dallas Central. West Dallas Central got their revenge at the high school state tournament, though, winning the overall title.
Yeah,
let's see who wins between these teammates.
But didn't bowl Indian Trail to get there. Yeah, Indian Trail unfortunately lost before they got up to West Dallas Central, but I guarantee you West Dallas Central won at Indian Trail in the finals.
Actually, yeah, I would have no doubt about that. You know, and a lot of these girls, I mean, it just happens to be two teammates on the lanes today, bowling each other, and these kids bowl a lot of tournaments on weekends. I know recently there was a tournament at your center where you have your pro shop at New Berlin Bowl, and a lot of these kids that we see on TV bowling there as well, and they're bowling against teammates and other teams. And
yep, same as the boys match, where all the parents are like the schedulers for the young boys and young girls bowling your shows, Phil. It's no different here. Obviously, the father's an assistant coach, and obviously is the scheduler for his girls to get them in these type of tournaments. And I just think that's great to see the parents support the kids as much as they do.
Well, I think I'm going to use Savannah there since I'm left-handed whenever I shoot a Scotch doubles tournament, because I can use somebody to pick up my 3, 5, 6s when I leave them. Not too often that Savannah probably leaves them, but a great cover for her to start with and get some of those jitters out of the way. Yeah, we've seen both these young ladies on TV before, but last time we saw them, they were bowling for medals and school pride. This is a $1,000 scholarship for the winner of this match.
Before the match started, we kind of always decided on who would be the choice for the pick to win it, and I took Savannah over Alexa just due to the fact of that shot there, where Savannah's got a little bit more ball speed, a little bit more rotation on the ball. Alexa's a little bit more up the back of the ball, a little slower for the speed.
Yeah, I took Alexa just on the basis of she's got the experience. She's 18 years old, she's a senior in high school, and a bad break there with leaving that 4-9, and it just goes to show you it doesn't take a lot of hook. If you have that strong roll motion on the back end, you can get by that 9-pin real quick and leave yourself a bad break. You don't have to be an Oscu Palermo or a Jason Belmonte to do that.
No, and Oscu the last couple of times on TV left a lot of 4-9s. Correct.
Well, smart thing to do there. Take the one, move on.
Very simple game, Phil. The first time I had a chance to watch both of the girls. Very different, unique releases. Again, Alexa comes right up the back of the ball. Very little what we call tilt or rotation at the point of release. More up the back, bad pull there. And then Savannah, kind of a little bit more of what we call a spinner, where she will go from an open to closed position real quick at the point of release. But again, what she has going for her is fairly high rev rate and good ball speed, and that speed really keeps the ball on line and makes the ball hit real hard when it hits the pins.
Yeah, you see Alexa makes a big move left there. She's going to shoot this just like if it was a crossover strike. You want to get all the pins with the ball. Perfectly done.
Yeah, very nice cover.
So, and you'll see both these girls when we saw Indian Trail on the Midwinter Team Classic here from Castle Lanes. These bowlers don't take a lot of time once they get up on the approach. They'll take a little time before they get up there, but they know where they're aiming at. They know what they want to shoot, and Coach Dave Gerer gets his girls thinking ahead of the game. Don't want to get them frozen up.
Yeah. Again, we talk about it all the time on the radio show, Phil. Carmen Savino called them mini computers. And when I watch both the boys and the girls in the finals here and what they did to get to this show, it's just amazing. There's so many years ahead of where they should be for just the mental side of the game. in that shot, and the last shot in particular by Savannah, obviously missed a little to the right. So she more opts to play the outside line, and that's a very fine line on that pattern. And a bad miss left.
Well, and now, once again, we saw it in Alex Fisher's match with count. At least get 4. Now she leaves 3 up there. You lose, if you get 4 of them there, you get 8. She only got 2 on the first shot, so she got 4. 4 pins a count. Once again, lead swings to the opponent.
Again, we'll have to see if Alexa picks up on that lead, what happened in the boys' match. But again, you can see on this lane condition, the first shot she misses a little right, ain't going to come back. She misses a little left on the spare shot, and it really takes off. And here we go again at the 3-5-6.
Yeah. Well, now I definitely have to use her. I'll have to tag her in next time Scotch double Savannah. I'm going to have to keep you on speed dial or something. So you see her dad there's Dave running off. I think they might be trying a ball change after the commercial. This is Savannah's last shot before the commercial. Alexa's got a couple of frames yet, though. So they'll be talking strategy right away, I'm sure, as soon as her dad gets back.
I was a little shocked that both of the girls, Phil, especially with Adam playing more of that third arrow swing, that both of the girls were so far outside. Typically on very flat conditions, 10 and right is pretty much out of bounds.
Look at that ball roll up nice, but just not enough, and it needs to get that 6 out to kick the 10. Great shot though she's been in the pocket 3 out of 4 shots so far.
Correct. And one of the reasons why maybe she doesn't play in as far as where Adam was is because of the lack of rotation that she puts on the ball compared to Adam. But boy, it's so tough to make that outside shot work.
Yeah. And I was checking old high school stats from this past season on these 2 bowlers before we got to TV today, and Savannah a higher strike percentage overall and a higher field percentage, but Alexa very good on her spares.
That would make sense.
So with the difference in their games.
Again, obviously the straighter, you're going to end up not having the big strike ball. You have to rely on your spare shooting, and then obviously Savannah more of the power player, going to have more strikes in the field strike percentage part of it, but maybe suffers a little bit on her spare shooting. So that makes total sense. I can see that in their physical games.
Gets that ball over, gets into that 6-10 nicely. We've got our commercial break for this girls' championship coming up right now. I'm joined Dwight and I back from Castle Lanes in Racine for the rest of this girls' championship match for the 2014 Steelwind Kids Bowling for Kids. Pick up the latest issue of Wisconsin Bowler Magazine, now available in your local bowling center. If your local center does not carry Wisconsin Bowler Magazine, ask them to. It's free to them and free to you. Eileen's Bowling Buddy, used by high school and college coaches and members of the PBA Tour to train, warm up, and rehab. Get all the information at eileensbowlingbuddy.com. Halfway through our girls' championship here. See that nice banner for Steelwind Industries. Want to thank them for their sponsorship, title sponsorship of this first annual Kids Bowling for Kids event. High school age bowlers, be sure you start looking for this event again in 2015. We'll get all the details out, of course, on the Spare Time Radio Show on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP and on our bowling shows here. Thanks to our friends at Time Warner Cable Sports Channel for putting us on the air. And I don't know, I'm kind of seeing a little bit of myself here in Savannah's game today. 3-5-6s, 1-2 pocket strikes. She's holding herself in there, though. She's only down by a pin, and sometimes in these tougher patterns, keeping the ball in play and take the breaks when you get the crossovers.
Bottom line is she's afraid to trust it right. She knows it's not going to come back.
Yeah, I saw her dad bring a ball down before the commercial break, but they didn't switch to it yet, so she's still trusting the ball she has in her hand now. Gets it to roll up nice that time, though.
There we go. Only fault I see in her game, and we see this a lot with fairly new bowlers, is Savannah has that what we call spiked slide foot, no slide whatsoever. And what ends up happening, Phil, is the body comes to an abrupt halt. It also creates late timing. So that would be the only thing I'd have her work on. Otherwise, she's very good form position going to the line. Alexa needs to drop her hips more at the finish. She's very upright at the finish, almost more shoulder dominant in her physical game.
And once again, that 6-pin doesn't do the job it's supposed to do, and lays in the flat gutter, doesn't take out the 10, and yeah.
Around the pocket.
Alexa needs to find a way to get to Strike Town pretty soon, because Spare Town isn't going to cut it for her here, I think.
Not when her teammate's got a double and is working on a 3-bagger.
Yeah, but she does have 4 clean frames in a row. She's only down by 10 pins thanks to Savannah getting that little break on that crossover.
You hit it earlier. Who's got the strike ball and who makes their spares? And it's showing in this match.
That's going to be a little bit left, and I thought maybe she'd get over the crossover side, but just doesn't quite get there, and at least she got the 9 pin out. Only has herself the 3-6-10.
Yeah, I don't know if filling frames or making your spares is going to be enough to beat this to win this match. I think you're going to have to catch a double or a 3-bagger to win this match. And again, this is what we saw, Phil, during the qualifying out of the girls, were fairly low-scoring, close matches.
Ooh, and needed that ball to be just a little farther to the right so it could carry all 3 pins down, but see a replay here, watch it. The 3 is a little hit too firm, and the 6 kind of like a weak 10 pin that you see.
Yeah, on a spare like that, it can easily be chopped. So again, obviously, everyone watching the show, you got to get the ball to cover all 3 pins.
Let's see what Savannah can do here to get 3 in a row, and that one is just quick out of her hand. Early elbow over the top, it looked like, too.
Yeah, that's the old classic chicken wing, which does lead to the spinner type of release, absolutely. And again, is the accuracy issues a part of what happens with the lack of slide on her last step, where the shoulders then get overactivated at the finish, and then you can get that little shoulder movement or lack of shoulder rotation, and that's what happens when she misses right.
And, ooh, over the top, and only gets the 2, and we've got
last
ourselves a
time in
real
that
close game now.
Yep, very close.
Down to 9-pin lead for Savannah. And, Dwight, you've bowled many years, I've bowled many years, and sometimes when you're in a singles event like this and you're bowling a good friend, sometimes it's hard to get the 100% focus going because you want to beat them. You want to take that big check home, or not for these ladies, the big scholarship check home. But sometimes it's hard to get that 100% focus out there, and I think these ladies might be suffering from that just a little bit.
Yeah, it's one of those, no, you can have it, no, I don't want it, but you can have it, I don't want it, type of thing. And it's got to be very awkward, I would have to think, especially being teammates. And again, I don't know the ladies very well, if they're very close friends or not. But, I mean, if you're bowling together on the team, and the whole thing about high school bowling is team bowling, I would assume they're very, very close. So, yes, it's probably very, very tough for both of these ladies.
Wow. And a big whiff on that 4-pin. And now, sitting on the bench, Alexa Fallebeck takes the lead back by 2 pins.
Yeah. We talk about it all the time, Phil, about the spare shooting, how important spare shooting is. And if you don't make your spares, those 150s, 160s are going to come awfully quick.
Once again, Alexa online, needs to come up again, and just can't get that 10-pin out on lane 6.
There's that lack of hand rotation, Phil, where it's too much up the back. Absolutely, you're going to leave a lot of flat 10s.
It's almost like she needs a ball that just rolls up about 2 feet sooner.
Love to get her hand to just finish the rotation at the bottom of the swing. Just a little bit more side rotation, she'll kick that 10 out.
Yep. And you can tell with these bowlers, they know from high school bowling how important these spares are. So Alexa really only one open for her, and that was the chop of the 3-6-10. She did leave the 4-9 in the second frame on kind of a bad break.
I mean, they're bowling to your stats, just what you gave earlier in the match.
So that's going to need some help. That's a little left, and wow, I didn't think she would be 4-7-9 high. I thought maybe she'd just leave a 4-pin or maybe a 9-pin. Brutal break there.
Correct. You can see it kind of cuts through the middle. It looks like the 2-pin just didn't do its job. It kind of wiggled the 7. She could have left the 4-9 on that one, or she could have just left the 4-pin on that one, so it was a bad break. And now a very tough spare.
Yeah, you got to give it a ride at this point in time. You put a little pressure back on your opponent, but now the lead goes back to Savannah Gerer.
Yeah.
13 pins at this point. Savannah, if she can strike in the 9th and get a strike first ball of the 10th and good count, she has a chance to lock this up, get that $1,000 Girls Championship scholarship, and advance to go against Alex Fisher for the $1,000 Steelwind Challenge, and a best shot of the day there by far for Savannah.
Yep, absolutely. Just packed a 10 back, again with all that power and all that speed on the ball. Obviously, nothing's going to stand.
No doubt about that there. 10 back into the pit, and now the big shot. If she can strike on this ball, she's going to leave her position to need really good count to lock out Alexa Fallebeck. That's going to need some help. And wow, 3, 4, 6, 7.
This match, Phil, has been to me like watching tennis on TV. It's just been back and forth the whole way, and we still don't know at this point, this far in the match, who's going to win this game.
Well, this is, yeah, I mean, she's talking to her dad right now, and you just say go for it. You have to right now. If she opens right here, she's only going to be in the 150s, and that's just going to force Alexa to mark. And how about that for a spare conversion?
Just total clutch.
Wow.
Total clutch.
Unbelievable.
And she just seems so unfazed by it, what she just did.
3, 4, 6, 7. I would probably give her about a 20% chance of making that in her league or her high school bowling.
Well, at least we got her to do it. Oh, yeah, all right.
Little smile.
Such little emotion.
Well, an 8 count here gets her into the championship match. That would give her 166. Alexa's maximum right now striking out is 165. And we have a chance for a tie, but it's going to take Alexa striking out on a lane that she's left 3 consecutive 10 pins on, weak in the pocket.
Yes.
See what she's made of right here.
Exactly. I'm sure she knows the score. That'll be a question we can ask her later after the match, if she knew what she had to do to at least tie.
A great shot. Yeah. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
And the best shot of the day on that lane throws the 5 into the 7 and will not go.
You couldn't ask for anybody to be more clutch in that spot.
Oh, she threw it right there. Best shot of the game.
Both the ladies stepped up in the 10th frame and made great shots to try to win this match. And unfortunately for Alexa, without that 7-pin falling, it's over. She's only going to take home that $500 scholarship from Steelwind Industries, but I don't think she's going to complain too much. Heck of a day.
Absolutely.
I think if she changed one thing, it's probably just getting that ball to roll up a little bit earlier on lane 6.
Correct.
And of course, the last shot always falls.
Of course. That was an automatic strike.
So a big hug between teammates there. Savannah Gerer advances to our Steelwind Challenge match against Alex Fisher for an additional $1,000 scholarship. I don't know about you folks, but I'm looking forward to it. Join Dwight and I back from Castle Lanes and Racine for that match in just a couple of minutes. I have a lot of viewers that ask me, why do you have so many of your tournaments at Castle Lanes? Well, Castle Lanes is a center that has an exceptional atmosphere. The charm of being in the Northwoods cabin while you bowl, an attentive staff on the lanes and in the lounge, all the big screen TVs and a free Wi-Fi hotspot, and being named in Bowler's Journal as one of the 95 places to bowl before you die, you have to bowl at Castle Lanes. That's why we love Castle Lanes, and you will too.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
On your second place win. Is this the biggest amount of money that you've bowled for?
No, I actually won Pepsi a few years ago, and I won the $1,000 scholarship.
Okay. We thought that the match would be pretty close, obviously, watching it, and it was. It came down. Did you know you needed all 3 in the 10th for the tie?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And so, congratulations on your second place finish, and hope to see you back again next year.
Thank you.
Well, the girls' finals for the 2014 Kids Bowling for Kids is in the books. Jason, another great match. The ladies this time around, and more impressive bowling that they're winning the scholarship money you donated with.
Yep, no, absolutely good match, and I'm looking forward to the girls versus boys now, and I'm rooting for the underdog, so I'm counting on you.
And he's kind of right, because you remember the years ago in the Youth Challenge Series, we had the boys versus girls winners for the extra bonus prizes we had from various places, and a lot of times the girls didn't come out on top. Something tells me you got a pretty good chance today playing the lanes as straight as you are. You going to stick with that strategy in the final match against Alex?
My dad's actually having me switch balls this match, so I'm going to try switching balls and making a ball change.
You get a little practice beforehand, so feel it out, and I think you'll give Alex a pretty good shot towards that extra $1,000 that Steelwind is donating in scholarship money for the Steelwind Challenge match. So we'll take a break. We'll get back. We'll have you and Alex Fisher bowling for an extra $1,000. So everybody, $2,000 either Alex Fisher or Savannah Gerer is walking out with today. So don't go away. Make sure you stay tuned. Providing premier equipment sales and services to Wisconsin bowlers since 1973. Check out our Wall of Fame and our current specials at bpsmilwaukee.com. Barbier's Italian Inn,
featured in onmilwaukee.com's In Search of the Perfect Pizza in January 2013. Near Miller Park on Blue Mound Road and on Milwaukee Avenue in South Milwaukee.
Bank Mutual is here to help guide you through today's troubled financial waters.
Which means our banking pros wear many hats.
We make it our business to know the needs of your business and to give you personalized answers to your personal banking questions. It's a goat. So give Bank Mutual a call. We'll keep you headed in the right direction. Bank Mutual, the bank you can really use.
Well, Dwight, the first two matches of the 2014 Kids Bowling for Kids presented by Steelwind Industries is in the books. Alex Fisher, a $1,000 boys scholarship winner. Savannah Gerer, our $1,000 girls scholarship winner. Now the big money's on the line. I mean, yeah, it's nice having that $1,000 scholarship in your pocket, but when you can double it on one game of bowling, pretty good deal thanks to Steelwind Industries.
Absolutely, Phil. Anything can happen in that one-game match. On paper, you gotta give the nod to Alex. He's kind of lined up and throwing the ball real well, but again, anything can happen in a one-game match.
Yeah, back in the days with the Youth Challenge Series, we used to have the challenge matches, and a lot of times the boy would come out on top.
But as tough as the lane conditions are, Phil, I think it really comes down to spare shooting. I think the one that's going to win this match is going to make their spares.
Another $1,000 on the line thanks to Steelwind Industries. Either Alex Fisher or Savannah Gerer walking out of here with $2,000 in total scholarship money. You can't leave now. There's just way too much bowling excitement happening. Come back in just a moment and we'll get that final Steelwind Challenge match started.
Looking for large capacity metal fabrication and heat treating services? Start with Steelwind. From raw processing to complete products, Steelwind Industries in Oak Creek has the facilities and capabilities to meet all your metal fabrication needs. Whether you're looking for heat treating, hardening, quenching, heavy fabrication, abrasive sandblasting, industrial painting services, or transportation, build, lift, and machining services, Steelwind does it all under the same roof. Give us a call or visit our website at steelwindindustries.com.
Eileen's Bowling Buddy, used by high school and college coaches and members of the PBA Tour to train, warm up, and rehab. Get all the information at eileensbowlingbuddy.com. Well, Alex Fisher, $1,000 in scholarship money already in his pocket. Savannah Gerer, $1,000 in scholarship money in her pocket. Who's going to take home that extra $1,000 scholarship in the Steelwind Challenge match, Dwight? Who's your favorite right now?
My favorite, Phil, easily here would be Alex Fisher, but again, anything can happen in a one-game match. If Savannah starts to get hot and get lined up, and with the power that she has in the ball, it could be pretty close. But I do like Alex. I think Alex will easily walk away with the win.
Yeah, I mean, if I look at statistics back in the day when we had the Youth Challenge Series here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel, early on we used to have our challenge matches. The boys won about 75% of the time. So looking statistically, even without knowing the bowlers out there, you got to take the boy. But something tells me, something tells me Savannah could find something out there and make a run. And we've seen Alex before. If he makes a mistake, it's nothing small. It's Greek Church in one or things of that nature. So bad counts, and if he gets it on some spares, he could find himself losing a lot of pins in a hurry.
Correct. The other thing too, Phil, again, lefty advantage. You know, less lineage on his side. So only he is the one controlling his ball reaction or how the lanes break down. So all that lineage on the right side can play into Alex's wheelhouse for advantage-wise.
Yeah, that 3-pin comes back across, takes out that 8-pin, says, I don't think so. You're going to fall down like the rest of them.
Yeah, I think making a ball change this game, too. I don't believe he's using the same ball that he used during Adams' match.
Correct. So he said he was going to go to something a little less angular on the back end. You can tell right there that ball is rolling up a little earlier, but it's not as angular on the back.
Yeah, a little bit smoother. Might be, looking at color-wise, could be a disturbed.
I think you're right on that. I think it is a disturbed from Roto Grip.
Yep.
So Savannah using something from Ebonite. I can't remember which ball it is, but it's out of Ebonite line and can't get the crossover break. Everybody's fighting to get that 6-pin down, and
you can see when she misses a little left, Phil, it's not high, it's a crossover, a bad crossover. It just shows how little hold is in that track area. So if she misses, such a fine line, if she misses a little to the right of whatever she's looking at, or what she thinks she has for hold area, it ain't going to come back, and then if she misses left, it catches the track and then badly takes off.
So if you're sitting at home thinking about what the shot's like today out here, your normal league shot, 8-to-1 ratios, 9-to-1 ratios, I mean, put a penny in a pile, stick 9 pennies next to it, you see what it is. This is a 2-to-1 ratio. You see how little room they have for error to make great shots, and a good break there, tripping out that 4-pin. I think she's going to have to make a move pretty soon because now that's 4-pin and trip 4 for Savannah. Bigger moves are in store.
I still firmly believe she's got to move left and try to get it a little bit like Adam was playing, closer to third arrow rather than that up the pipe second arrow shot. She has such a small window of error.
And she does have the ability to get inside with her rev rate. I mean, it's not exactly Alex's right there with the ho-hum, I have a 3-bagger approach.
Right now he has a very good look, Phil, on the lane, and the ball's doing just what he wants it to do. It's reading the tough 2-to-1 ratio pattern very good.
And that's the thing, is that you see everybody, and there's a lot of guys that come into your shop and a lot of ladies that come into your shop, they go, I want the ball to go long and turn left, or go long and turn right if they're left-handed. It's not always the best reaction. Alex, I think, has learned that from the first match, and now going to something that's smoother, even though it's covering the same number of boards, much different reaction on the back end and carry.
Yes, much different look. And again, if he had that ball during Adam's match, I don't think it would have been as close as it was for Adam's match. Right now, putting on a clinic with the first 4.
Yep, and Savannah far from out of it, though. If she can get a strike here, get herself a nice double, keep herself in the 21 pins.
Absolutely love her first couple steps that she takes. Her steps are so evenly spaced. Typical girl, though, if you watch her real close in her beginning, she raises her 1 foot off the ground. She does not keep both feet on the ground. Only the young ladies do that I coach. I don't know if it's a girl thing or what, Phil. I'm sure you've seen that on your end also.
You see that with a lot of high school age bowlers, even younger in the middle school programs that are really developing now.
She's on her tippy toe right there on her left foot.
And I think it's just more of a starting trigger or a timing trigger for him more than anything. That was just rushed out of her hand. Almost thought she'd get the break there and trip the 4 into the 1 and 2, but still leaves herself a nice easy spare. Shouldn't be any problem covering the 1-2 here for her.
She's not bowling a bad game at all, Phil. It's just that Alex has obviously got a great start to his game and it's taken an early lead, but she's actually hanging in there.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. If she can fill frames and stay close, maybe Alex will make a mistake. You never know. And she, unfortunately, just made the mistake right there. And
it's the third time in 2 games where she went at a 1-2 combination of something and missed badly to the left.
Yeah, and that's going to put her down by a bunch of pins, getting into the second half of the Steelwind Challenge match. Join Dwight and I back from Castle Lanes and Racine in just a moment for the rest of this game. I have a lot of viewers that ask me, why do you have so many of your tournaments at Castle Lanes? Well, Castle Lanes is a center that has an exceptional atmosphere. The charm of being in a Northwoods cabin while you bowl, an attentive staff on the lanes and in the lounge, all the big screen TVs and a free Wi-Fi hotspot, and being named in Bowler's Journal as one of the 95 places to bowl before you die, you have to bowl at Castle Lanes. That's why we love Castle Lanes, and you will too.
Looking for large capacity metal fabrication and heat treating services? Start with Steelwind. From raw processing to complete products, Steelwind Industries in Oak Creek has the facilities and capabilities to meet all your metal fabrication needs. Whether you're looking for heat treating, hardening, quenching, heavy fabrication, abrasive sandblasting, industrial painting services, or transportation, build, lift, and machining services, Steelwind does it all under the same roof. Give us a call or visit our website at steelwindindustries.com.
Just taking a little flashback here, looking at some of the action from earlier today here for the Steelwind Kids Bowling for Kids tournament. First annual edition. I'm looking forward to this coming back in 2015, Dwight. And I want to thank your help with getting this all done. And hey, we couldn't have done it without Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, the Spare Time Radio Show we're all on. Can't wait till that's back in October too. Make sure you're listening. I think we'll start first week of October again, yes. 9 a.m. on Sundays.
But I am going to enjoy sleeping in on a Sunday morning for a few months, Phil.
And, boy, speaking of putting things to sleep, Alex for 5 frames now has put 10 pins to bed each frame. And, you know, $1,000 scholarship out here for the Steelwind Challenge and always on TV. $300 up for grabs by Essential Bowling Concepts if he were to throw that 300 game.
That's awesome. All 5, Phil, completely packed. And he's just, oh hum. You know, front 5. 2-to-1 ratio.
Well, he knows, you know, keeping the emotions in check. He's far from having this game won so far. I mean, other than that one error that Savannah had in the 5th frame, if he makes a couple mistakes and she runs a string, right back in it.
But with that front 6, Phil, he's at a 240 pace already.
Yep. Yeah, Savannah's maximum right now striking out is 245. So, hey, just saw the sign there, logo for Motive Bowling. Want to thank them for their support of this event. Our 4th place finishers today each received a Motive bowling ball.
So 2 wonderful brothers that own Motive. They also own Techline Ball Plug, which I have used for over 20 years. Just wonderful, wonderful guys. Got a chance to meet both of them in St. Louis at our annual trade show. Great guys.
Kind of a splasher there by Savannah. Gets herself back in the pocket, and she knows she's not out of it yet, but she knows she needs to throw a lot of strikes at this point in time to put any pressure back on Alex Fisher.
Double would be absolutely huge here for her if she could get the double. It might make him start thinking at least a little bit.
And, hey, a crossover visit to Strike Town for her. But, hey, anything right now, you got to take what they give you.
Well, she's hanging around. There's no doubt about it. I mean, Alex gets a couple opens here. I mean, crazier things have happened, Phil, but Alex is pretty lined up.
Yeah. Well, you look a few years ago on TV with the U.S. Open between Mike Hagen Jr. and Chris Barnes, where Chris Barnes is up by 45 pins with 3 frames to go, and Hagen struck out and won it. And unfortunately, I have to put my $300 scholarship money back in my pocket. Would have liked to have given it to Alex for shooting a 300 game on TV today. But
not a bad throw.
No, just a little weak. You'd see a bunch of pins fighting to get back over towards the 7 on a messenger, but he knows he leaked it a little bit to the left on that shot. Just didn't have the finish he was looking for.
It's always amazing to me, Phil, is when someone is lined up, how loose that arm swing gets. Even though he missed a little bit, the ball still got to the pocket. You know, I mean, that's when you are truly in cruise control.
And that hooked away from the 7-pin with that polyester ball, and wow, it's down to a 32-pin lead here. Now he's down in, if he goes strike spare out, he's down in the 220s, and Savannah can still shoot that 245.
When I see something like that, Phil, I just keep going back to Van McNeil's original comment when he bowled for the Summer Series, and he said, "Kids, you have to make your spares."
Absolutely. And we'll see what Alex can do to bounce back. Last when he bowled in the boys semifinal, or the boys championship match, he didn't get a string going till late, but he struggled early, and once again, now he's gone high and high. That's where his misses have been today. And no gimme here with a 247.
No, absolutely not. I think that miss 7 rattled him a little.
And yeah, you see he's got a little bit of a worried look on his face now, and you got to kind of put that in the back of his head. That ball wasn't even at the arrows, and he was already turning around. He knew it was that bad.
Right now, he has a pretty big cushion yet, but if Savannah gets a 3 or a 4 bagger here, this could be a completely different match.
Yeah, this spare stopped the bleeding before it gets too bad. That needs, ooh, I thought that was going to chop the 7 off there, but he got them all out. And they couldn't have done this tournament either without your support, Dwight. Spare Time Pro Shop inside New Berlin Bowl. Get that equipment before you put it away for the summer. Bowlers, a lot of you like to take the summers off. Get everything tuned up, get it resurfaced and everything before you put it away for the summer. Beat the rush in the fall. Over. Savannah there, just a little left, and full penalty there with the 8-10, or pardon me, the 7-10.
And that could be her dagger right there.
Yeah,
no doubt about it. She absolutely had a habit of that strike there. If she had any chance of beating Alex there, it would have to be just a complete meltdown by Alex after that pocket 7-10, or that 7-10 for her to have a chance yet.
Yeah, let's see if she can make it here for the $100 bonus from the Central Bowling Concepts. Still haven't given that away in 7 seasons on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. And yeah, for Savannah now, if she strikes out, it's 211. Alex right now, if he gets good count, if he goes 9 miss, 9 miss, he's at 215. So basically it's Savannah striking out and Alex not leaving Greek churches or anything like that, and now it's pretty much academic.
Again, not a bad throw though, just slightly high. she's bowled a very good game this game compared to the last game, and obviously her score is showing it. It's tough to beat someone when they start off at the front 6.
Well, I think if Savannah had any ball to get back, I think it would be that first shot in the 5th frame. She has a double in the 3rd and 4th, a double in the 6th and 7th, and she lost 33 pins a count by going 8-1 in that 5th frame. Right now, she's only down by 46, but you get 33 of those pins back, even with that pocket 7-10. It's still a game going in the 10th frame.
Yeah. I just, when you get that tough of a lane condition, Phil, when does it actually become that you really should throw your plastic spare back ball at all your spares, not just the ones that on the ends or the corners? You know, I mean, yeah, she did leave a 1-2 and missed the 1-2 badly to the left, but could she have made it if she would have thrown her spare ball at it?
I definitely think it could have been. I mean, anything for me, anything that's to the head pin and left on a lane, with me being left-handed, is shot with a plastic ball. Depending on the spare combination on the right side, even on sport conditions, I may use my plastic ball if it's 1 or 2 pins. If I need to get a sleeper out, I'll use my strike ball because I don't have the power that a lot of these younger players have. And now, get one here, at least get the count, get yourself pretty much locked up, which he does right there. Gives him 204, winner chicken dinner for Alex Fisher, and that extra $1,000 in scholarship money from Steelwind Industries. Savannah's max already is only 201.
Yeah.
So this is just academic. Take your victory lap. Hopefully throw a couple of good shots here and end on a good note.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you probably interview him, he's probably going to have this bad taste in his mouth linger on how he bowled the second half of the match. But his first 6 were something really beautiful to watch.
That wasn't that bad of a shot.
No,
I mean, a little light and a little bad break there with the pins kind of going over the 6. You can see a little frustrated.
Yeah,
right
he's
there.
acting like he lost.
Yeah.
But it's just that a lot of self-pride here. He bowled real good the first half of the match.
Yeah, stringing a 6-bagger on this condition, we didn't see many of those all day out here throughout all the qualifying and elimination rounds. Well, just kind of gun it. Almost bounced it out there. Yeah, I guess if you're young, you can throw it 27 miles an hour. You and I would both be in traction right now.
Well, not that. You'd have the same thing that I went through. You'd have 3 different tears in your shoulder.
Well, Savannah can still shoot 201, so this is just for pride right now. But, hey, she's walking out of here with a $1,000 scholarship. She's only a high school sophomore. She's had some good finishes in our Youth Challenge Series tournaments already this season. And I'm sure we'll see her in 1 or 2 more TV shows throughout the year through June, July, and August as we get these on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel for the Youth Challenge Series.
She also bowled a very good game, playing a line that I don't know if I was her coach, I would have had her playing. I would have probably had her playing maybe more in the track around 13, 14.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just a matter of convincing the young bowler that they're good enough to play there. I've had that issue. I had that issue at college with some players. I can't play that part of the lane. Give me one good reason, and I could go in, and I would just go in there. You can't be scared of any part of the lane. I'd go in and show them myself. I'd be left-handed. I wasn't afraid of fourth or 5th arrow.
Yeah, me neither.
So,
and I love playing the gutter.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but there's no part of the lane that should be off limits to a good player's game when it comes to bowling these type of tournaments. Of course, once again, the 12th one falls.
Automatic. So,
well, Savannah, a little handshake at the end. You can see both bowlers kind of disappointed, but Alex Fisher can't be that disappointed. He's walking out of here with $2,000 in scholarship money today. We're going to come back with that final check presentation from Castle Lanes in just a moment. Make sure you stay tuned for that.
Are your wood floors giving you nightmares? The Sandman can help you sleep easier by replacing, repairing, or updating the look of your wood floors. See examples of our work at sandmanforlife.com.
Bank Mutual is here to help guide you through today's troubled financial waters.
Which means our banking pros wear many hats.
We make it our business to know the needs of your business and to give you personalized answers to your personal banking questions. It's a goat. So give Bank Mutual a call. We'll keep you headed in the right direction. Bank Mutual, the bank you can really use.
Looking for large capacity metal fabrication and heat treating services? Start with Steelwind. From raw processing to complete products, Steelwind Industries in Oak Creek has the facilities and capabilities to meet all your metal fabrication needs. Whether you're looking for heat treating, hardening, quenching, heavy fabrication, abrasive sandblasting, industrial painting services, or transportation, build, lift, and machining services, Steelwind does it all under the same roof. Give us a call or visit our website at steelwindindustries.com.
Well, what a day of bowling here at Castle Lanes and Racine for the Kids Bowling for Kids 2014 inaugural edition. Jason Geiger from Steelwind Industries. We couldn't have done all this today without you. And a great last match. And you ever seen a perfect game in bowling before? Did you think maybe you'd see one here out of Alex when he first had the front 5 or 6 strikes?
He had it zoned in. He was on a roll for a while there. I thought it was going to be done, but not quite. But still a great match, still a great score. Privileged to be a part of it.
Appreciate everything you've done to get this tournament off the ground, and hopefully we get to do this again next year. Be great to do. And Alex, I think it was great you had the first 6 frames. I think if it was a 6-frame game, you just want to stop because those last 4, good thing you got that big lead. Savannah was starting to get herself lined up a little bit more towards the end.
Yeah, I just started to send them all wide, and then I got really fast with my feet in the end. So can't really change anything about the past.
What were you more nervous about, having the front 6 or getting this extra $1,000 scholarship check here? What was more nervous at that point in time on the 7th frame?
Well, I really wanted to shoot 300 today. I thought it'd be really cool.
Get out there on TV, get a 300. We would have thrown $300 in scholarship money in there for you as well. You could have had a really huge take, but hey, winning the boys title for $1,000, now winning the Steelwind Challenge match for another $1,000, you're taking home $2,000 in scholarship money. You got any college plans yet? Know where you might be wanting to go? I know you're only a junior.
No, I don't really have anything planned yet.
Mama help with that, I'm sure. So awesome. Well, great bowling. You are our first Kids Bowling for Kids champion. Jason Geiger, once again, thanks again for all your support with this tournament. More bowling coming up soon, thanks to our friends on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. For Jason Geiger at Steelwind Industries, our champion Alex Fisher, Dwight Albrecht at Spare Time Pro Shop, and Steve Sparky Pfeiffer at the Spare Time Radio Show. I'm Phil Brylow, and parents, take the kids bowling, fun for life. We'll see you again on our next show.